come on out to Brown Mountain Bottle Works at 115 East Union Street in Morganton, North Carolina. The place to be for great craft beer. Browse their shelves filled with hundreds of craft beer selections. Relax and enjoy one of their 8 draft taps. Show your love for the store with their logoed t-shirts, hats, and glassware. Want to see what they have in stock 24 hours a day? Check out their website at www.brownmountainbottleworks.com. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Glenn. This is Dave. We're NC Beer Guys. We drink beer produced here in North Carolina, talk about it in videos. We do these videos to introduce you to some of the great beer that's here, available across the state, and sometimes a very special beer. And we're going to drink a great beer today, but you can't get your hands on it. Isn't that just the way to talk about it?
It's ours.
It's ours. And it was a very limited release. There were like 60 or 80 bottles produced as a collaboration between several breweries, but it's for a good cause. And more you see breweries in North Carolina and otherwise working together, often they're collaborations, but the proceeds go for good causes.
That's right.
This one today was the Kinky Pink Boots. It's the Beet and Strawberry Gose. It was a collaboration between Sub Noir, Neuse River, Southern Pines, Nickelpoint, and Brüeprint Brewing. And it was limited production, as I said, and you had to get your one shot at it. There were about 60 bottles. They sold it for $8 a piece, limited to 1 per person, and the proceeds went to the Pink Boots Society.
That's great.
And that's just
a collaboration between not just 1 or 2, but between a bunch of brewers.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about the Gose just a little bit, but first let's talk about the Pink Boots Society. This is what this beer proceeds went to, and they are all about assisting, inspiring, and encouraging women as beer professionals through education. And they are the female brewers, movers, and shakers in the beer industry, they say. And we get beer brewed and fermented with the highest possible quality. We also own breweries, package the beer, design beers, serve beers, write about beer, and cover just about every aspect of beer. And we are all women. And of course, the proceeds went to the International Women's Brew Day. And as I said, to benefit the Pink Boots Society.
Yep. Yeah, just what you said. Portion of the proceeds. This is bad in my knee glasses.
Now, he doesn't do this on camera very often. Better.
Portion of the proceeds from this beer will go into helping educate and support women in the brewing industry. Please visit pinkbootssociety.org if you're interested in more information, of which you should be, because of what.
And as we said, more and more, sometimes it's a local cause, sometimes it's not a beer-related cause at all, sometimes it's just a goodwill kind of thing. Recently they had the big Beercon Beer Festival, and of course Beercon did big bucks for several local charities. And it's just a good pairing, and it also shows people that are not particularly aware of the alcohol and beer industry that a lot of things come good out of beer.
Yes.
And it's not just about consumption and meeting a marketplace.
That's right.
These people are in their community brewing stuff that belongs in the community, it comes from their community, and they also give back to the community in major ways.
That's right.
So, enough rambling on in politics today. Let's talk about the Gose.
So a Gose would normally be gray, and it's got a little red tint to it.
They are unfiltered wheat beers, and the style almost went out of popularity until a few years back. People just rediscovered the Gose out of Germany.
Yes.
And
if there's a style or anything out there, they're rediscovering it. If
somebody's going to make it again.
If there's a 5,000-year-old beer recipe, someone's finding it, going, "Hey, look, we got an old recipe. We're going to brew it and see what you think about it."
And while this one was done with beets and strawberries, they're often not flavored except with. They're all kind of tangy and tart, and they're all. I think of Goses as salty. That's not always the case,
supposed to be.
But that is a base flavor that you will get. And that comes from the water, where they come from originally in Germany, was a saltier water. So a lot of the brewers now, to mimic the flavor profile,
the same water profile,
they will add profiles salt to the water. And so you often get a little salt tinge, particularly if they're not flavored. Sometimes the flavor will overwhelm the saltiness, so you don't get so much of it. But we'll see what we get today.
So the aroma is pretty nondescript. I mean,
a little fruitiness coming to it, but not much.
In the aroma? Oh.
I thought.
I didn't get it.
Oh, this is very nice.
It's surprising that it's less tart than some of the straight Goses I've had, the pure Goses.
Right.
So that's actually, some people are like, oh great, I don't have to twist my tongue around it.
Because often the flavor profile is the coriander they put in and the salt, and that's all you get really out of the flavor. I mean, a plain style, two style Gose without any flavor profile is going to be that coriander, wheat, and the salt. And this is very different than a regular Gose, I think.
Yep.
It's actually much more tolerable to some. You'll find this much more likable with the fruitiness to it.
I mean, the fruit isn't overwhelming. It's there in the back.
Oh, not at all. I'm not sure you would know.
If you told me about beets
or strawberries, right, you wouldn't know either one.
It's sweet.
And unlike some things you see with beets, it's not pink.
Right.
And that may have intended to be pink since it was for pink boots, but it didn't come out pink.
Well, it's heading towards there. It's got a reddish.
Well, yeah, but some of them you see look like.
Oh yeah. I've seen a beet, a beet ale, and it was basically like neon red.
So it says on the this is from Brüeprint, I think. Goses are tangy, slightly salty due to the high mineral saline quality of the Gose tributary where they come from.
Yep.
And as we said, there often are coriander seeds and salt at the base. And like Berliner Weiss, they are often flavored with colored syrups. I didn't know this about the Gose.
Yeah, I thought those for the Berliner Weisses.
They are, but I didn't know people did that to the Gose too. They do, because they come from kind of the same place in Germany, the same. And they're only like cousins in the style category too. So
okay, cool.
So again, we want to congratulate the brewers that were involved in this for doing something good, giving back to the community. Yep. And of course, they were able to cascade up the popularity of the beer about being so rare, and you can't get many of it. And then, of course, you can charge a little bit more for it too that way.
Well, they should.
They should, and that's great.
It's raising money.
Again, beer giving back to the community, and that's all for the good. And it made a great beer.
Yep.
So next time you see something that's promoted as giving back to the community,
go for it.
Good call for beer. Take one, get one off and try it.
Yep.
You probably get good beer in this park. For David Lindy and the Beer Guys, until next time, remember, drink local and keep your beer dollars, North Carolina.